Hello everyone and welcome back. Glad you could join me. Today I'm going to be discussing summer mowing and maintenance for our St. Augustine grass. And if you haven't already, please consider subscribing and clicking the like button. I always appreciate it. There are some unique challenges of maintaining St. Augustine grass during the hot summer months. Summer is when our grass really takes off. First part of mowing is, of course, our mower. Whether we use a push mower, a riding mower, or a combination of both. We want to make sure we have fresh gas, a clean air filter, good spark plug, change our oil, and a really sharp blade. Very important. The optimal mowing height for our St. Augustine grass is about 3.5 to 4 inches high. The best thing to do is to raise the mower deck all the way up and simply leave it there. Here's my push mower and I have the deck all the way up to 4 inches. I put it there and just leave it. It's the same on my riding mower. The deck is all the way up to 4 inches and I just leave it there. So remember to cut your St. Augustine grass as high as your mower will go. Healthy St. Augustine will need to be mowed about every 3 days during the summer. And I already mentioned the importance of keeping your mower blade really sharp. Depends on how often you cut your grass and how big your yard is, but the point is to keep your blade sharp. A dull blade is going to tear the grass and can really stress it out. We want a clean cut, and how we do that is with a good sharp blade. Now mulching, side discharge, or bagging, it really comes down to personal preference. Personally, I bag about 80% of the time, but that's just me. I have my own program. I like to have all the lawn clippings off the lawn. Mulching allows the grass to be returned back so the nutrients can be reabsorbed back into the grass. It's the same thing with side discharge. Bagging collects the grass in a bag so you can get rid of it later on. I'll probably make a video about mulching versus bagging later on, and I'll just put my 2 cents in. We also want to make sure that we're not mowing in the same direction every time we mow. Now let's take my neighbor's grass. You can see the lines in the grass. These are ruts caused by mowing the same direction week after week after month. It's not healthy for the grass to do this. What we want to do is alternate the directions that we mow. Let's take my front yard. The first time I mow, I'm going to go north and south. And the next time I mow, I'll go east and west. The next time is going to be at an angle, from the bottom right to the top left. And the last mow is going to be from the bottom left to the top right. And then we start the directions all over again. This way, we're not going to have a set pattern and cause ruts from the wheels that are going over the same place over and over again. Next is the importance of good water practices. I made another video about this and I'll leave it in the upper right hand corner right here. Now we don't want to overwater or underwater our grass. Overwatering could cause root rot and simply a waste of time and money, while underwatering can cause dry, brittle grass and dehydration. We want to put down about 1/2 inch of water 3 times per week during the hot summer months when our grass really takes off. This is called watering longer and infrequently. Monday, Wednesday, and Friday are good. You can do this, or Tuesday, Thursday, Saturday, whatever works best for you. The point is to water 1/2 inch, then skip a day, then water, skip a day, water, skip, and then repeat. We want to allow the water to really soak in well, and then allow the soil to dry out just a little bit before we water again. This way the roots get a really good soaking and allows them to dig deep into the soil. Remember, the amount of time that we water is only part of it. More importantly, we want to know how much water we're putting down with each application. Make sure you check out the watering video. Lots of great stuff there. Another important part of our summer maintenance is weed control. If you put down a pre-emergent in the early spring, you get an extra 20,000 points. If not, you might need to play a little catch up. There are a few post-emergents for St. Augustine, but the one I like to use is atrazine. We're not blanket spraying or crop dusting this on our lawn. We apply it in a very controlled manner using a sprayer like this one. Applying weed control to St. Augustine in summer can be a little tricky, especially when temperatures are above 85 degrees. It's safer to apply a post-emergent in the evening or near sunset when it's a bit cooler, and using a pre-emergent in the spring or fall to manage weeds. I made a video about using atrazine as a post-emergent, and I'll leave that in the upper right-hand corner. Go ahead and check that one out. Many people have a huge problem with grubs, especially chinch bugs like we have here in Florida. Chinch bug problems in St. Augustine grass can manifest themselves as patchy or drought-like damage. Now it's best to dig on the outside perimeter where the grass is still green, and then look for grubs. Dig down about 3 or 4 inches, and if you stumble on a grub, you're going to need to put down a grub insecticide ASAP. There are many types of grub insecticides out there. For some of the easy ones you can get, I recommend Bio Advanced 24-hour grub control. This is not going to last all season, but it's a really good way to get some grub control down right now. You can follow that up in a week with Scott's Grub EX Season-Long Grub Killer. The two of these have different chemicals and properties. You'll be hitting the grubs from different angles. It's very important to read the directions on the bag. A lot of these labels are going to say treat up to, which means a lighter application will treat the surface bugs, but if you have grubs, you might need to double up on the application. But as always, read the label to see how much your lawn needs. Best of luck to you and your lawn this summer, and we'll see you next time.